Hello everyone. Today we will have a new lesson about list of TESDA short courses offered by training centers. To begin with, let us talk about the brief history of TESDA. The Technical Education and Skills Development Authority or TESDA was established through the enactment of Republic Act No. 7796, otherwise known as the Technical Education and Skills Development Act of 1994, which was signed into law by President Fidel V. Ramos on August 25, 1994. This act aims to encourage the full participation of and mobilize the industry, labor, local government units, and technical vocational institutions in the skills development of the country's human resources. The merging of the National Manpower and Youth Council or NMYC of the Department of Labor and Employment or DOLE. The Bureau of Technical and Vocational Education or BTVE of the Department of Education, Culture and Sports or DECS, and the Apprenticeship Program of the Bureau of Local Employment or BLE of the DOLE gave birth to TESDA. The fusion of the above offices was one of the key recommendations of the 1991 report of the Congressional Commission on Education, which undertook a national review of the state of Philippine education and manpower development. It was meant to reduce overlapping in skills development activities initiated by various public and private sector agencies, and to provide national directions for the country's technical vocational education and training or TVET system. Hence, a major thrust of TESDA is the formulation of a comprehensive development plan for middle-level manpower based on the National Technical Education and Skills Development Plan. This plan shall provide for a reformed industry-based training program that includes apprenticeship, dual training system, and other similar schemes. Then TESDA is mandated to the following: integrate, coordinate, and monitor skills development programs, restructure efforts to promote and develop middle-level manpower, approve skills standards and tests, develop an accreditation system for institutions involved in middle-level manpower development, fund programs and projects for technical education and skills development, and assist trainers' training programs. At the same time, TESDA is expected to devolve training functions to local governments, reform the apprenticeship program, involve industry or employers in skills training, formulate a skills development plan, develop and administer training incentives, organize skills competitions, and manage skills development funds. Overall, TESDA formulates manpower and skills plans, sets appropriate skills standards and tests, coordinates and monitors manpower policies and programs, and provides policy directions and guidelines for resource allocation for the TVET institutions in both the private and public sectors. Today, TESDA has evolved into an organization that is responsive, effective, and efficient in delivering myriad services to its clients. To accomplish its multi-pronged mission, the TESDA board has been formulating strategies and programs geared towards yielding the highest impact on manpower development in various areas, industry sectors, and institutions. Let's proceed to the vision, mission, value, and quality statement of TESDA. As per the mandate, the Technical Education and Skills Development Authority or TESDA is the government agency tasked to manage and supervise technical education and skills development or TESD in the Philippines. It was created by virtue of Republic Act 7796, otherwise known as the Technical Education and Skills Development Act of 1994. The said Act integrated the functions of the former National Manpower and Youth Council or NMYC, the Bureau of Technical-Vocational Education and the Department of Education, Culture and Sports or BTVE DECS, and the Office of Apprenticeship of the Department of Labor and Employment or DOLE. For the vision, the transformational leader in the technical education skills development of the Filipino workforce. For the mission, TESDA sets direction, promulgates relevant standards, and implements programs geared towards a quality assured and inclusive technical education and skills development and certification system. For the value statement, we believe in demonstrated competence, institutional integrity, personal commitment, culture of innovativeness, and a deep sense of nationalism. And for the quality policy, we measure our worth by the satisfaction of the customers we serve. Value statement, we believe in demonstrated competence, institutional integrity, personal commitment, culture of innovativeness, and a deep sense of nationalism. True service or strategic decisions, effectiveness, responsiveness, value-added performance, integrity, citizen focus, and efficiency. Let's discuss the training regulation for the national qualification. This includes the following: 2D animation NC3, 2D animation NC3 superseded, 2D game art development NC3, 3D animation NC3, 3D animation NC3 superseded, 3D game art development NC3 new, 5-axis CNC machine operation NC3, Able Seafarer Deck NC2, 2-5, Able Seafarer Engine NC2, 3-5, Agricultural Crops NC1, Agricultural Crops Production NC2, Agricultural Crops Production NC3, Agricultural Machinery Operation NC2, Agricultural Machinery Servicing 4-wheel tractor NC3, Agro-entrepreneurship NC2, Agro-entrepreneurship NC3, Agro-entrepreneurship NC4, Air Duct Servicing NC2, Animal Health Care and Management NC3, Animal Production Poultry Chicken NC3, NC2, Animal Production Ruminants NC2, Animal Production Swine NC2, Animation NC2, Animation NC2 superseded, Aquaculture Grow-out Operation NC2, Aquaculture Hatchery Operation NC2, Aquaculture Tilapia Culture NC2, Aquaculture NC2 superseded, Artificial Insemination Large Ruminants NC2, Artificial Insemination Swine NC2, Attractions and Theme Parks NC2, Audio Production Services NC1, Auto Body Painting Finishing NC1, Auto Body Painting Finishing NC2, Auto Body Painting Finishing NC3, Auto Engine Rebuilding NC2, Automotive Body Repairing NC2, Automotive Electrical Assembly NC2, Automotive Electrical Assembly NC3, Automotive Mechanical Assembly NC3, Automotive Mechanical Assembly NC2, Automotive Servicing NC1, Automotive Servicing NC1 superseded, Automotive Servicing NC2, Automotive Servicing NC3, Automotive Servicing NC4, Automotive Wiring Harness Assembly NC2, Bamboo Processing Engineered Bamboo NC2, Bamboo Production NC2, Barangay Health Services NC2, Barangay Health Services NC2 superseded, Barbering NC2 amended, Barista NC2, Bartending NC2, Beauty Care or Nail Care Services NC2 amended, Beauty Care Nail Care Services NC3 amended, Beauty Care Nail Enhancement Technology Services NC3, Beauty Care Skincare NC2, Beauty Care NC2, Beauty Care NC3 Superseded, Biogas Plant Installation NC3, Biomedical Equipment Services NC2, Bookkeeping NC3, Bread and Pastry Production NC2 Amended, Broadband Installation Fixed Wireless System NC2, Cable TV Installation NC2, CAD/CAM Operation NC3, Caregiving Clients with Special Needs NC2, Caregiving Elderly NC2, Caregiving Grade Schooler to Adolescent NC2, Caregiving Newborn to Preschooler NC2, Caregiving NC2 Superseded or Carpentry NC2, Carpentry NC2 Superseded, Carpentry NC3, Carpentry NC3 Superseded, CAD/TV Operation and Maintenance NC3, Chemical Process Operations NC3, CNC Electrical Discharge Machine or EDM, Wire Cut Operation NC3, CNC Lathe Machine Operation NC2, CNC Lathe Machine Operation NC3, CNC Milling Machine Operation NC2, CNC Milling Machine Operation NC3, Commercial Cooking NC3, Commercial Cooking NC4, Computer System Servicing NC2, Construction Lift Passenger Material Elevator Operation NC2, Construction Painting NC2, Construction Painting NC3, Consumer Electronics NC3, Consumer Electronics NC4, Contact Center Services NC2, Cookery NC2, Customer Services NC2, Dental Hygiene Level 4, Dental Hygiene Level 4 Superseded, Dental Laboratory Technology Services, Fixed Dentures or Restorations NC2 Amended, Dental Laboratory Technology Services Removable NC2 Amended, Dental Laboratory Technology Services NC1, Dental Technology NC4, Die Designing NC4, Diesel Power Plant Maintenance NC3, Diesel Power Plant Operation and Maintenance NC2, Diesel Power Plant Operation and Maintenance NC3, Domestic Work NC2, Dressmaking Casual NC2, Driving Articulated Vehicle NC3, Driving Passenger Bus or Straight Track NC3, Driving NC2, Drying and Milling Plant Servicing NC3, Electric Discharge Machine or EDM Sinking Operation NC2, Electric Power Distribution Line Construction NC2, Electrical Installation and Maintenance NC4, Electrical Installation and Maintenance NC2, Electrical Installation and Maintenance NC3, Electrical Power Distribution Operation and Maintenance NC3, Electrical Power Distribution Operation and Maintenance NC3, Electrical Power Distribution Operation and Maintenance NC4, Electronic Products Assembly and Servicing NC2, Electronics Back End Operation and NC2, Electronics Front of Line Operation NC2, Electric Discharge Machine EDM or Sinking Operation NC2, Electric Power Distribution Line Construction NC2, Electrical Installation and Maintenance NC4, Electrical Installation Maintenance NC2, Electrical Installation and Maintenance NC3, Electric Power Distribution Operation and Maintenance NC3, Electric Power Distribution Operation Maintenance NC3, Electrical Power Distribution Operation and Maintenance NC4, Electronic Products Assembly and Servicing NC2, Electronics Back-End Operation NC2, Electronics Front of Line Operation NC2, Electronic Semiconductors Production Line Machine Servicing NC3, Emergency Medical Services NC2 Amended 2013, Events Management Services, NC3. Fashion Design Apparel, NC3. Fish Capture, NC1. Fish Capture, NC2. Fish Products Packaging, NC3. Fishing Gear Repair and Maintenance, NC3. Fish Port Wharf Operation, NC1. Flax Cord Arc Welding, NC1. Flax Cord Arc Welding, NC2. Flax Cord Arc Welding, NC3. Food and Beverage Services, NC2. Food and Beverage Services, NC3. Food and Beverage Services, NC3 superseded. Food and Beverage Services, NC4. Food and Beverage Services, NC4 superseded. Food Processing, NC1. Food Processing, NC2. Food Processing, NC3. Food Processing, NC4. Food Production Professional Cookery, NC3. Food Production Professional Cookery, NC4. Footwear Making, NC2. Forging, NC2. Forging, NC3. Foundry Melting or Casting, NC2. Foundry Melting or Casting, NC3. Foundry Molding, NC2. Foundry Molding, NC3. Foundry Pattern Making, NC2. Foundry Pattern Making, NC3. Front Office Services, NC2. Front Office Services, NC3. Front Office Services, NC4. Furniture Making or Finishing, NC2. Game Programming, NC3. Garbage Collection, NC1. Gas Metal Arc Welding, NC1. Gas Metal Arc Welding, NC2. Gas Metal Arc Welding, NC3. Gas Tungsten Arc Welding, NC2. Gas Tungsten Arc Welding, NC4. Gas Welding, NC1. Gas Welding, NC2. Grains Production, NC2. Hairdressing, NC2 amended. Hairdressing, NC3 amended. Handloom Weaving Upright, NC2. Hardy Stripe Front of Line Operation, NC2. Healthcare Services, NC2. Heat Treatment and Heavy Equipment Operation or Mechanical, NC2. Hay Crawler Crane, NC3. HEO Forklift, NC2. HEO Hydraulic Excavator, NC2. HEO Articulated Off-Highway Dump Truck, NC2. HEO Backhoe Loader, NC2. HEO Bulldozer, NC2. HEO Concrete Pump, NC2. HEO Container Stacker, NC2. HEO Crawler Crane, NC2. HEO Forklift, NC2 superseded. HEO Gantry Crane, NC2. HEO Hydraulic Excavator, NC2 superseded. HEO Motor Grader, NC2. HEO Overhead and Gantry Crane, NC3. HEO Paver, NC2. HEO Rigid Off-Highway Dump Truck, NC2. HEO Rigid On-Highway Dump Truck, NC2. HEO Road Roller, NC2. HEO Rough Terrain Crane, NC3. HEO Rough Terrain Crane, NC2. HEO Screed, NC1. HEO Tower Crane, NC3. HEO Tower Crane, NC2. HEO Transit Mixer, NC2. HEO Track Mounted Crane, NC2. HEO Track Mounted Crane, NC3. HEO Wheel Loader, NC2. Hilot Wellness, NC2. Horticulture, NC3. Housekeeping, NC2. Housekeeping, NC3. Housekeeping, NC4. Ice Plant Refrigeration Servicing, NC3. Illustration, NC2. Instrumentation and Control Servicing, NC2. Instrumentation and Control Servicing, NC3. Instrumentation and Control Servicing, NC4. Jewelry Making, Fine Jewelry, NC2. Jewelry Making, Fine Jewelry, NC3. Laboratory and Metrology or Calibration Services, NC2. laboratory and metrology or calibration services NC3, land-based transport refrigeration servicing NC2, landscape installation and maintenance softscape NC2, lifeguard services NC2, lifeguard services NC3, lighting for live performances NC2, line construction or electric power distribution NC2 superseded, local guiding services NC2, machining NC1, machining NC2, machining NC3, marine electricity final, masonry NC1, masonry NC1 superseded, masonry NC2, masonry NC2 superseded, masonry NC3, masonry NC3 superseded, massage therapy NC2, mechanical drafting NC1, mechatronics servicing NC2, mechatronics servicing NC3, mechatronics servicing NC4, medical coding and claims processing NC3, medical transcription NC2, metal stamping NC2, microfinance technology NC2, microfinance technology NC4 new, microinsurance services or mutual benefit NC2, milking operation NC2, mold designing NC4, mold making NC3, mold making NC2, motorcycle or small engine servicing NC2, multimodal transport operations and logistics, sea freight import services NC2, multimodal transport operations and logistics, sea freight import services NC3, multimodal transport operations and logistics, sea freight import services NC4, on-highway dump truck rigid, ophthalmic lens servicing NC2, organic agriculture production NC2 new, painting machine operation NC2, performing arts dance NC2, performing arts song NC2, performing arts ballroom dancing NC2, pest management bench NC2, pharmacy services NC3, photography NC2, pipe fitting metallic NC2, pipe fitting NC2 superseded, plant maintenance NC1, plastic machine operation NC3, plastic operation machine NC2, plumbing NC1, plumbing NC2, plumbing NC3, press machine operation NC1, pressurized irrigation system installation and maintenance NC2, process inspection NC2, process inspection NC3, programming.NET technology NC3, programming Java NC3, programming Oracle database NC3, public employment services NC4, PV system design NC3, PV system servicing NC3, PV systems installation NC2, pyrotechnics NC2, RAC servicing dome rack NC2 new, RAC servicing PACU CRE NC3 amended, rating forming part of navigational watch NC2 2-4, rating forming part of an engineering watch NC2 3-4, real estate services NC2, reinforcing steelworks NC2, rice machinery operations NC2, rigging NC1, rubber processing NC2, rubber production NC2, sanitary landfill operations NC2, sanitary landfill operation NC3, scaffold erection NC2 superseded, scaffolding works NC2 supported type scaffold, seaweed production NC2, security services NC1, security services NC2, semiconductor back-end operation NC2, semiconductor front of line operation NC2, ships catering services NC1, Ships catering services, NC3, ships cooks. Slaughtering operation, large animals, NC2. Slaughtering operation, swine, NC2. SMAW, NC1. SMAW, NC2. SMAW, NC3. SMAW, NC4. Structural erection, NC2. Submerged arc welding, NC1. Submerged arc welding, NC2. Sugarcane production, NC2. System formwork installation, NC2. Tailoring casual, NC2. Technical drafting, NC2. Telecom OSP and subscriber line installation. Copper cable pots and DSLs, NC2 new. Telecom OSP installation, fiber optic cable, NC2 new. Tile setting, NC2. Tile setting, NC2 superseded. Tinsmithing, automotive manufacturing, NC2. Tool and die making, NC2. Tour packaging, fit, ad hoc domestic services, NC2. Tourism promotion services, NC2. TR transmission line installation and maintenance, NC3 superseded. TR transmission line installation and maintenance, NC2 superseded. Trainers methodology level 1. Trainers methodology level 1E in company trainer. Trainers methodology level 2. Transmission line installation and maintenance, NC2. Transmission line installation and maintenance, NC3. Transmission line installation and maintenance, NC4. Transport rack servicing, NC2. Travel services, NC2. Travel services, NC2 superseded. Visual graphic design, NC3. Visual graphic design, NC3 superseded. Warehousing services, NC2. Warehousing services, NC3. Warehousing services, NC4, and web development, NC3. So that's all the list of TESDA short courses by the training centers. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.